This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News, joined by Liam Smith here in Liverpool. Liam, before we come on to yourself, that was one vicious knockout we've just seen from your campmate, Jack Turner.
Yeah, he's a scary puncher at that weight. I said before he turned pro, I said to you after his debut, I think it was after his debut in Dubai, said the same thing. He's going to be some exciting fights. He's a scary puncher at that weight, and like I say, enjoy the journey with him.
Still yet to hit his 10th fight, but when you see kind of knockouts like that, Joe McNally's always spoken about the power he possesses and the excitement he brings. How confident are you, how assured are you that he's a future world champion?
Yeah, look, he's got everything to be. Again, look, I'm not going to sit here and kid you. He needs polishing up a lot, and he'll tell you that, and we tell him that in the gym. But he's still a novice. He's had 10 fights, well, nearly 10. He hasn't been pro 2 years yet. He punches very, very, scary hard for that weight. A flyweight, super flyweight, whatever he'll do, even if it's bantam, he's got crazy one-punch power. He's had 8 knockouts or something. I think 6 of them, probably 5 of them have been oxygen mask jobs. Proper knockouts. No, people jumping on the floor. He's a scary puncher, honest to God.
Just a word as well on Herrera, another campmate of yours with another stoppage victory in his own right as well.
Yeah, he's a very good fighter. He's one who can go, right to the top at probably a couple of weights if he keeps doing everything right. He's one of them. He's very, very talented, and it won't be, talent won't be his downfall. Put it that way.
Beefy onto yourself, obviously a couple of weeks ago we were due to see you step into the ring at Wembley to face Josh Kelly. Didn't go ahead, you had to pull out through illness. Just kind of reflecting on that entire scenario, just your takeaway now, what you can tell us about how everything unfolded.
Yeah, obviously, unfortunately I was sick. I think I come home from training camp with COVID, I presume. Everyone seemed to have it around me, and I was fucked from the minute I got home. I trained through it Monday, Ralph. I trained through it Monday, Tuesday, sparred Wednesday. I trained twice Monday, twice Tuesday. Sparred Wednesday, was absolutely a bag of shite. Was fucked after it. Said, look, I'm going to have tonight off. I'm not doing nothing tonight, I'm chilling. Got in bed Wednesday, couldn't get out of bed Thursday, couldn't get out of bed Friday, couldn't get out of bed Saturday. We're getting into fight week. It was just like, it was impossible for me to go ahead with, a huge fight on a huge card. After me learning my lesson off Eubank too.
Obviously, because of what happened with the Eubank Jr fight in the rematch and the injury problems you had there, was that the reason behind you thinking you couldn't go ahead with it, or big part in your thinking?
Big part in the final decision. No matter what, I'm lying in bed with flu, I'm thinking I'm fighting next week. What the fuck's going on? I missed my last spar. What am I doing? My second to last spar was a fucking joke. Like, how can I go ahead with it? But the whole Eubank was made me make my final decision. That made me come to terms with, you know what, I'm not doing that twice.
What did you make of Josh Kelly's performance on the night against Ismail Daud?
It's hard to do it without, again, look, a typical Josh Kelly performance, maybe, was it? Dangerous, so talented for 3 rounds, and basically pot shotted his way through the next 10. 9 rounds. I just thought, he didn't set the world alight, did he? I don't really want to sound like I'm slagging Josh Kelly off here, but because it's nothing to do with me and we didn't fight. But you asked me, did I see Josh or was I afraid of Josh? I'm pretty sure everyone, most people around me, arena, most people on the social media changed the tune. Had a walk to Josh Kelly. Dangerous when he twitches for 3 rounds, and then after that, he survived with Ismail on 6 days' notice. Ismail's a very good fighter, but if that's anyone else, they're pressing Ismail because Ismail's had 6 days' notice. No matter how fit Ismail was, he's not fight fit, camp fit, and that was Ismail's downfall. Otherwise, Ismail probably would have been massively in that fight. Ismail just didn't really have many gears because he hadn't done a 12-week camp to a certain date. But I don't think, you okay, Francis? I don't think, Turkey al-Sheikh and Riyadh season will be in a rush to use Josh Kelly again. That's what I mean by it.
Just on the theme of Josh Kelly, I spoke to Adam Booth at the end of the night and I asked him if he'd revisit a fight with yourself, and he said he was quite dismissive of it, I should say, but he was moving on to other fights.
That's it, and I give him loads of stick, that's why. But that's Adam Foyer. He tries to be clever, he tries to be manipulative with words. He's just a manipulative person, he's a smug. He tries to be smug about it, but he tried to discriminate my name with that drug post he put out, and I just said, mate, don't do that to Adam, don't, you like, I'm better than that, don't dare try and discriminate my name, you baldy tit, because it won't go down well for you. And so that's why he's going to dismiss that. But like I said, there was probably a lot of raw stuff. I pulled out from a fight. I knew, put it one way, the fight got offered to them for October the 12th, and they said no, they wanted the fight, which hypothetically, if I'm their team, I probably would have. They've trained to a date, which is fair enough on their part. They trained to a date, they've done everything asked of them. I can't knock that, you know, I got sick, I pulled out from the fight. But the fight got offered for October the 12th, and they wanted to still go ahead with that card. Listen, deep down there, they're made up, I pulled out. They got the same money for a fight with a fighter on 6 days' notice. And if I did go ahead with the fight, I'd have walked to Josh Kelly. So, no, Adam Booth, the baldy tit, should be thanking me, because they've just had a night on Wembley and won.
Just away from Josh Kelly and looking what else could be out there, Hamzah Sheeraz was an interesting one you mentioned. From what he produced against Holland, obviously it was a very brief moment in the ring, but what would you make of a fight between the pair of you? Do you think it's something which could be kind of spoken about, talks could take place?
It's been spoken about before, and I think stylistically, I said before, you know, before Josh coming on the table, stylistically it's a perfect fight. It's probably a stylistically a better matchup for us both, and that's just something I always fancied. I said to my own manager, I said to my own people around me, you know, it's a fight that I'd probably fancy, the Hamzah one. So that comes on the table, you know, I'll bite their hand off for it. But going back to Josh and Adam, they need me. They need me to make a good fight. Otherwise, he's in shy fights. Like, let's be realistic. He stunk the yards out. No one was talking about him. He got put on at 5 o'clock. I pulled out the fight. He got moved down the card before Joshua Watty and Willie Hutchinson. They need me. And that sounds so fucking big-headed. And I hate saying this, but because of how smug and how much of a tit Adam Booth is and being, he's going to say that. But you needed me for the big fight. But otherwise, he's got put on at 5 o'clock in front of no one. And let's have it right, no one's really talking about you because you were in a proper shit fight again. So, Adam's just trying to be a fucking clown, but it's not about Adam, it's about Josh, and Josh won, and, you know, leave Josh to it.
One final one in terms of potential fights. I know you've been asked about Eubank Jr trilogy. Do you think if you was to get one fight under your belt, especially an entertaining fight, one thing we've seen with Turki Al-Sheikh, as long as you entertain, you'll always want to make fights. Do you think he'd be interested in making that trilogy?
So that's my whole point. Look, again, Turki Al-Sheikh might not come near me again. I've just pulled out from a huge event. Again, like I said, out my control, out my unfortunate, bad luck. Like I said, I'll challenge any promoter who I've worked with over the years to put fights on the table that I've pulled out from. I'll tell you them right now. I pulled out from Saddam Ali, the first ever fight I postponed under Frank Warren. Get Frank to stand there and tell me a different name who I've pulled out against. Then the Eubank Jr rematch is the only other one I pulled out, and that was not really, you know. And now this. 3 fights in probably 16 years as a pro, I've had to postpone and pull out. And again, I challenge all them promoters to come to me with another name and tell them a fight I pulled out of. But, you know, they might not want to use me again, but I'm pretty sure they won't be in a rush to use Josh and Adam Booth again.
Do you think the Eubank Jr fight might be something that could come up there?
Of course, because I think people are talking about it. But I think it's like you say, if you've got a promoter's license and you've got a contact with Spencer Brown or Turki Al-Sheikh and you offer them fucking, I don't know, you know, pick 2 Brits, you know, Dennis and Peter McGrail, they think, yeah, we'll have that in the 5v5. You know, you go to them in a matchup, whether it's Eddie and Frank, whether it's Frank and Ben, whether it's Ben and Eddie. If you've got a good matchup and you'll have it on the show, there it is. If me and Josh got revisited, you know, we'd probably have it again, take Al-Sheikh, but like I said before, he might not be in a rush to use me again because I just let them down if that was the case, but he won't be in a rush to use Josh Kelly again because he only wants exciting fights and there's not much exciting about a Josh Kelly fight.
Well, Beefy, listen, I appreciate your time now. I know you've got a couple more interviews to do, so thank you for speaking to me. I look forward to seeing you back soon.
Thanks for me, Tar.
You see, you hit the gym better than me as well, mate. You've hit the gym better than me as well from when we last saw each other.
That's what I mean. That's what Adam Booth tried to say again. Another fucking clown. He was with, you know, the fella interviewing them, Cougan Cassius, was in and around me training camp. They know me weight was spot on. I was training and sparring in fucking shorts with no t-shirt. Like, he tried to make it out that it was to do with weight. You could have come and weighed me. He was just trying to be a whole tip, but he tried to do it. They were talking about, you know, mind games. Who had the twitchy bum time when Adam Booth trying to put out about me avoiding drug tests I got drug tested 3 times while I was away in training camp, more than them, when everyone knows what they're up to anyway. On the flip side to that, he then tries, you know, Josh has got a fucking mind coach, a psychological coach, who's messaging me, private messaging me, trying to get in my head. You're meant to be a professional mind coach. You're messaging me, absolute clown, trying to get in my head. You're meant to be like Josh's mind coach. You're meant to be a professional at what you're doing, and you're messaging me, what Steve Green, whatever his name is, the absolute clown. But they're talking about, like, you know, I was up to all kinds. I think it got real soon as they seen I was in shape, soon as they seen that I weren't fat no more, you know what I mean? But yeah, fuck hand and mood.
Beefy, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Mate, no worries.